Hey guys, we are back. What we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to talk about the interview that Karen did where she pretty much said, child, it's over. We's divorced. We is no longer together with her and Miles. Stay tuned for more.
We keeps it real. Expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the KoEd family. We're about relationships and review. Making it fun and just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, KoEd Kinfolks? How y'all doing? Welcome back to another video of Kourtney Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife right here.
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
This right here is Kourtney Eddie. This channel is all about relationships, reviews, entertainment, and it's all about famous rants. And tonight, as you can see, my hat is crooked because I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I've been working on the sun all day. It's been hot down here in Alabama. Tired, boss. Tired.
Hot down here in Alabama.
Yeah.
Down here in Alabama. Say it.
Alabama.
Alabama. Why you guys saying like that?
I gotta make sure they know I'm from Alabama.
Well, they know it when you say Alabama.
And tonight, we're gonna be talking about an interview. Karen, what's her last name?
Karen, that's all you need to know.
Karen from Married at First Sight, the one who was married to Miles, gave to some.
Okay, don't worry about it. Just
to somebody.
I do all of that, child.
She was talking about that.
All right.
She got divorced.
Good. So if you're brand new to this channel, you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and hit it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So if you see the tees that we're wearing today, you can purchase this. You should see the tees around this video somewhere, or you can go to our website straight on over there at koedwear.com. Now let's get into it.
You know my boss, man. You don't tell me to cut. If I want to sit here and rant and rave and ramble, I can.
And I will do the Carly.
No, what's that?
I will leave and be. Okay?
You be in jail.
Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, giving a shout out to Tamara, Lynette Tales that did a collaboration of the video where she was talking about Miles and Karen, and also talking about Justin and our interview with Justin and Justin conditioning syndrome. And so yeah, definitely give a shout out to her. And she also talked about Woody and the Money. So y'all check out that video, because if it wasn't for her doing that video, I wouldn't have knew about Karen and Miles, because y'all know I don't go snooping like that, Jack. So anyway, and also giving a shout out to the host of Curtate For Women's Network YouTube channel, where the person, and I forgot her name, so sorry. She actually did the interview where she was interviewing Karen. Now, girl, you didn't let Karen talk, honey, because you was cutting her off right on off. So, but let's go ahead and get into it. So Karen talked about her background, her history, how she grew up, how her parents were. You know, they are devout Christians, and how she grew up in a Christian household. Let's just skip to the part where she was just talking about how she kind of got started on being at Married at First Sight, being on there. So first of all, she did the auditions and everything with some friends. Now, you know, she said she ain't never seen the show before. And you said, what, baby?
I said, why apply for a show when you don't know anything about the show? The show could have been about an axe murderer, like her mom said, but you applied for it anyway because you following your silly friends. Ooh, my friends doing it. Yeah, my friends do it. Let me do it too. So I just don't understand why you're gonna apply for a show you don't know anything about. That's just.
I mean, I agree. I would want to know about it, how it works, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
whatever, so.
You know, so you could have been on Survivor, Butt Naked Island, or something like that. You don't know. You just put your name on the contract. Don't make sense to me.
So when she was afraid to tell her dad. Now, she did tell her mom when she was going through the process, because she said,
I know why she was scared to tell her dad.
Why?
You know why? Because he feels the same way I feel. Why in the deuces you going to sign up for a show you don't know anything about? And she didn't want to hear her dad mouth. That's what I think.
And so yeah, so when she was doing the process, going through the process, because she said they don't know that they actually have been chosen until they actually come and tell them. Like, I think that, the experts and all that stuff or whatever. So she told her mom she signed up for it, all that stuff. Her mom was like, listen, her mom was scared. Like, what if you end up marrying somebody that's, what I'm saying, definitely that's crazy. And so, but she went through it. When she got chosen, she told her dad. But her dad was like, what in the world? He was mad. He was not convinced this is something she need to do. So Pastor Cal was talking to him. He done went off on Pastor Cal. Up there talking about, what? You just one of the reality pastors. You ain't no real pastor. So he done went off on Pastor Cal and everything. And I'm sure Pastor Cal is a real pastor. I would hope so. They also talked about, the host was just saying, well, people, they do evaluations on them and stuff like that. That's what the Married at First Sight people said. She's like, oh, okay, girl. Okay, that's what they say. But, Karen didn't tend to believe that's what they do. So let's see. Karen also talked about her past and her past dating. And I know she said this on the show as well. She said that she's always dated guys that put her on the back burner. So she's dated guys that, would just string her along, didn't want a real relationship, and they just didn't choose her. You know what I'm saying? Heck, when I was out there dating and stuff, they feel like you can be that one that just wait in the wing, but you're not the one that they really and truly want. So she had that in her dating. You want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, a lot of guys do have that backup woman, you know what I'm saying, in case the main chick don't come through, they can always fall back on the backup. And it sounded like Karen was always on the bench waiting to come in the game. And so that's what she, I don't know why they treated her that way, or I don't know what kind of guys she was dating. Karen is a very attractive woman, so maybe she was like, dating guys that thought they was all that, and they looked down on her, and they were dating stars, I guess, because Karen, like I said, Karen's not a bad looking person.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
But for them to put her on the back burner, I don't know. I just want to know how the main chick look. You know what I'm
saying? She also said too that she had to trust these experts that are in different stages of their life, basically seeming that, these experts been married a long time, right? Like Pascal, been married 20, 30 years. You got Dr. Pepper, honey, that separated. They stay in two separate houses, but she been married, I don't know if she said 16. I don't know. So when you talking about people in the dating era, that dating era back then is different than the dating era now. Now you got people meet on social media, black people meet, plenty of fish there. It's a whole different world. So these experts trying to match you up with people, and it's a whole different world. It's a whole different dating pool. That's basically what she was saying. They're older. You know what I'm saying? So you're having to trust them.
Yeah, I guess what she's trying to say, they need to put the Gen Z as an expert, somebody that's, with the times, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's around that age, like in their 30s and 40s, not somebody in their 60s and, 70s, I ain't gonna say 50s, because 50s, we still cool now in the 50s and 40s. But somebody in the 30s that know how the dating pool is, because most of the dating pools and people right now meet on social media, or on some kind of app. Back in the day when I grew up, we went to the mall on a Saturday to pick up women. That's right. We post up.
Pick up women. That
right.
Don't sound right.
We post up right there at Jean Glory. You remember Jean's Glory? Yeah. Post up right there. Ooh. Or post up there right. We'll go to Spencer. Hang out there. Because, they got some little freaky stuff. Yeah. Post up. Yeah, I know. We post up out there, man, and see who we can see. Walk up and say, hey, I saw you far away, baby. You look good. You got a boyfriend? No, I ain't got no boyfriend.
That's what you used to say.
Can I get your digits? Yeah, man. You got a pen on your dog? Yeah, you go pen. Give a piece of paper. Write the numbers down and everything. Put them in my pocket. I'm gonna call you when I get home. Get home, call her. Wrong number. Be mad. Be mad like me. Go back to the mall the next day. Wait to see that person.
So yeah, basically, and I understand what she's saying. Like, you marrying you're marrying. You're marrying.
That's not a real word. I don't know where you get that word from.
You are putting together
Ooh,
people
just gave up on
that are in they younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's nothing wrong with having one older expert, and maybe that's why they're trying to bring in Dr. Pia that has a younger mentality on how things.
Well, they had the other doctor on that. What's her name?
Dr. V.
Yeah, Dr. B. She's pretty young.
But I mean, how long have these people been married? You know
I
what I'm
don't know,
saying?
but Dr. V and Vivian and Dr. P, they around their 30s and 40s.
Dr. Viviana, I think.
Viviana, I'm sorry, Dr. Viviana.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they kind of young.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree. Like, you should really and truly have somebody that maybe freshly married, that has dated, you know what I'm saying, or maybe on their second marriage, or something like that. Us. That's like us.
Oh, have some ex-players on the panel, like, man, yeah, I used to do that back in the day. He playing you, girl. He playing you, because I used to do the same thing back in the day. So that expert that been in the field like that played the field, he can give you some pointers, man, to tell you when somebody playing you. And I could be perfect. Man, I'd be perfect on that as an expert. Hey, oh, what? He said he had to go to work at 3 in the morning, and when he went to work, he turned his phone off. He didn't go to work.
So now let's get into where she was talking about. Now, if y'all watched that season of Married at First Sight with Karen and Miles' New Orleans season, yeah, Wood and the Money and the rest of them. So they talked about, y'all know that it was this big thing where Karen received a text message before or on her wedding day actually she received it from a friend, that the producer text a friend saying Karen, giving Miles' name out. And then that's when the friend texts Karen, and she was like, I know him. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know him, but she know of him. And so, and she kind of talked about that, but we'll get into that. So, as far as her growing up, she grew up being in the traditional household. She was just kind of like, everything was structured. And what Karen wanted to do was like, she said, you know what, maybe I need to get out my comfort zone and do this show. That's what kind of got her into doing it. So, now as far as Miles, how she knew him. So one thing she said, that New Orleans is small. So the minute
New Orleans is not that small. Now, it might not be as big as Atlanta. I know it's bigger than Birmingham. Yeah, I'm just saying, she's, if she considered that small, she come to Birmingham, I just got one traffic light in Birmingham. I'm just saying.
No,
because New Orleans is not that small to me.
Maybe not to you, because you ain't in the city.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
People be saying Atlanta small, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if they come from New York, yeah, it's a perspective.
I think they mean small as the circle of people that you in. You know how we say it all the time. Ooh, Birmingham so small because you've been ran across that person and know that person. Da 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 da. That's what I mean. Not that necessarily it's small.
Yeah, I know I was in the military. People found out I was from Birmingham. They said, "You from Birmingham, Alabama?" Yeah, man, big city. It ain't no big city. Y'all still got dirt roads down there. I said, no, we don't. We got 2 traffic lights, but dirt roads.
So she was saying New Orleans is small. So the minute that she saw Miles' name, she already knew that, she done already talked about him, a while back, because they have mutual friends. So she said that the streets be talking. So she was saying that she kind of knew of him. I don't know if she was in a Facebook group or what, but she said she went fishing and saying, okay, y'all, they coming to New Orleans, and certain people that already know who they're gonna be on the show. So she was trying to find out who all the contestants was gonna be on the show, and what guys do y'all know. So she asking the friend, asking people, whatever. So they knew somebody, pointed out Miles and stuff like that. So she knew him. She went scanning on his Instagram and stuff like that, but we'll talk about that. So let's see. Now she talked about the age thing. And again, if you knew, that Miles and her is an age difference. So Miles was younger. I can't remember. He was like 5 years younger or something like that. So she did not want to date anybody younger because, like Karen said, girls mature, more than men. And which is true.
Says who?
Says it is written
About who?
somewhere.
A woman?
Somewhere.
About a woman?
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know.
Because you could tell on here.
Yeah, because when I was 18, I was still playing G.I. Joe, man. Pew, pew.
Yeah, you was. Let's see. So she said that she heard some things about Miles, and what she heard was a red flag to her.
What she heard?
She didn't say.
See,
She didn't say.
when you bring stuff up like this, you got to go all the way through with it. Don't bring something up and you leave it vague.
Well, she probably didn't want to put it out there. So, you know, she
If
said
she don't-
heard, I don't know if she heard that he's a player. I don't
If
know.
she
So
do, why don't do the interview then?
so she said that, you know.
We need answers.
So she said that it led her to move with caution when she, you know, seen him. So that's probably why she had this.
That's
like,
his past, right?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't know, man.
I don't
We
know.
need to know. 'Cause if what she saw was something he did in the past, people change.
Well,
okay?
I'm just saying. She said she heard about him, so she heard about him.
That's the thing. You gotta go. You can't go by hearsay.
They got mutual friends.
What? That don't. You gotta see for yourself. Cause sometimes even your friends can be throwing a little wrench in your plan.
Yeah.
Cause they jealous or something.
Right.
You might got a man they won't, and that's what be your friend.
All right.
Okay, you can't be
Okay,
trusting these
Kourtney.
people. You got to
Okay,
see it
Kourtney.
for yourself.
All right,
Don't go
Kourtney.
by what somebody else say. Do it for yourself. Do your own research for yourself.
So she said, looking at his social media, because she was able, like, you know, months before they got married, she was able to go and look at his social media, and she said everything looked curated. So it looked too perfect.
What does she mean by too perfect?
You know how everything just kind of looked like you just really truly trying to sell yourself. You putting it out there, and your Instagram just looked too perfect.
He's doing too much on the Instagram.
I wouldn't say too much. It just looks very
Because
perfect.
people, when they put stuff on their social media, they gonna put the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm lost here.
So she said that she's
you're
a
not
very.
gonna answer my
I mean,
question.
I just tried to explain it to you.
I
but
hear
lost.
you. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm just saying what I'm trying to get at is that most people
They're
not gonna put their bad
let me
stuff
finish
on
this part. It's funny that we sat there and talked in the car about this, and you had friend, but then when I get on,
well, so yeah, because things starting kind of circulating in my mind.
okay,
So I'm starting to think
all right.
it's percolating.
Okay. So she was saying that she's a very analytical person. So was I. And she's not surface.
That can be a pain in the butt sometimes dealing with somebody analytical like that.
Analytical.
Because I ask you a question and you'll give me an answer, or you ask me a question, I give you an answer, and I think my answer is sufficient, but no, you want to dig deeper. For what reason? I don't know. Because you get the same results, man. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm just telling you, it's frustrating.
Well, hey, you said, will you marry me? I said, yes. You knew what you was getting. So anyway. So she was just saying too, like, you know, people Instagram, you know, they don't put everything, like what happened between 17 and 18. Like all of that is missing. Like that's a blur. So, you know, just stuff like that.
If
So
you look at my social media, it'd be some gaps missing. Some garbage in my social media.
you got gaps, Smith. You got gaps. So
I don't
anyway,
even know where your finger been at. And nothing. You like a scratch.
we married, yeah. So she said that, you know, sometimes people think that she be judging, but she really and truly just trying to go deeper. Let's see. The question was asked. So the people want to know, Karen, are you and Miles still together?
No.
Said no. We're no longer together.
Mine's already answered that question.
Yeah, but that was so random. As you see, he took the video down.
Yeah, we still, you know.
And in fact, she said that, you know, people will find out by the time this video airs. Now, I don't know what people gonna find out. Was they gonna go to the courthouse and get documents? Was you gonna one of y'all was just gonna say it? That we know, like, I don't know how. But the host was asking her, how does she feel about people painting her as the villain on the show? You know, she said that one thing, of course, she didn't know, you know, until it aired, that people actually saw her as the villain. And a lot of stuff that she was saying, and she said it before, a lot of stuff that the editing kind of painted her in a way of how they wanted us to see her. As we saw that season, we saw her kind of being a little harsh with Miles, sometimes a little standoffish and everything. And y'all know we got a longer episode season because of C19. And she was just saying she didn't just get a fair edit because a lot of times people didn't see when she was nice to him or when she smiled or when she said thank you and all that stuff. They just wanted us to see her one way. You anything you want to say?
That's reality. That's reality TV for you right there. When these shows are not 100% reality. Okay, it's scripted reality. So the producers and the people that's over the show, they can paint any narrative of that person they want. Okay, so they want you to make, if they want that person to be a bad person and paint them out to be a bad person, they will. They're gonna show all the bad clips, and they're not gonna show the good clips of the good things that person has done. So it's part of it. When you sign up for it, that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, and that's why me personally, and I know Karen said this, that she said that she wouldn't do reality TV again unless she had control over the narrative. And that's the same thing I said. Like, I would never do reality TV if I had to put it in somebody else's hand to paint us a different way.
I know for a fact if I was to do reality television, they're going to pay me as a bad person. So it's a given. I'm just saying.
It's probably just fit.
Yeah, that's right. You have me flipping tables over and saying, "Look at her, look how aggressive she is. Look how she hold that paper."
Karen also was just saying too that it was very hard, for her to come out. So once they got a divorce, and I guess it's finalized, I don't know, but once they got a divorce, people wanted to know, we all wanted to know. We got to see y'all wed and go through the process publicly, and we wanted to know if y'all were still together because we were rooting for you. So, I was a fan after the fact and that y'all chose each other and decided to stay married.
I know I didn't review the show that season that much. I came on every once in a while. But the parts I've seen of that season, I never had a bad thing to say about Karen. Okay, I just thought, y'all not y'all per se, but women was jealous of Karen. Okay, and that's why I think all the vitriol came from. Cause I thought the women was jealous of her. I thought Karen just was a reserved person. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gave that girl chaos, man. Y'all roll her, and y'all didn't cut her no breaks, man. It's like she couldn't do no right, and it's like, man, y'all didn't give her no chance, man. Not one chance. And you know what?
After I seen that they were gonna stay married, which was a shocker for me, to be honest. I don't think I had nothing else bad to say about Karen. I did feel that of course, it was because of editing. You know what I'm saying? They did paint her as, so to speak, the villain. But after that, they chose each other. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. So, I wish y'all nothing but the best. But I know people still was in the comments on the windmilling how child by Karen that, she treated him bad. That man had depression and all that stuff or whatever. And so,
Well, that's the thing, though. The producers are going to show you that they got every season, on Married at First Sight. Every season, they got to have that one person that you got to love to hate. Okay. Last season, it was
what
was it last season? It was Gina. You don't think it was Gina last season? The person everybody loved to hate?
It was Kirsten at first now.
I never felt about Kirsten.
I ain't say you. We said everybody. Is you everybody? Yeah. I know you, but is you everybody?
I'm everybody.
So anyway, Karen was also saying it's not easy coming out, and saying that you're divorced. It's not easy, and she needed time to heal, and so she tears up, and you could tell that Karen is very, very hurt. I think that she wanted her marriage. I think that Miles wanted out. But I think that she wanted to work on it. She wanted to stay in there. I don't know what issues they had. She did not talk about that. But yeah, she gets really emotional because she said nobody wants to talk about divorce. I'm still trying to process this, and the world wants me to let them in on this. She said that she's in a space where her heart was broken, and she feels abandoned. And she said she just trusting God through this process because that's all she got. I said, "Ooh, girl, I done been there." She's not the person. She could have just disappeared and went back into her shell and not, done nothing. But she's really and truly just trying to get through it.
Well, from the information I gathered from the interview and from the social media posts they've been making, Miles is living his best life. He's out there on the scene. He's traveling. He's laughing. He's frolicking in the fields with flowers. He's just having a good time. And I hate it for Karen because in the interview you can tell, like you said, she won her marriage. She's heartbroken, and it sounds like Miles is the one that asked for the
Divorce.
yeah, I was about to say that, divorce, and and she just left. She's just standing there, left holding the pieces right now.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation for her. I hate it for her.
I know really and truly, trying to get through divorce. I understand where Karen stands, being heartbroken and so forth and so on. And just having to, because when you get divorced, it's a grief process. You got to grieve, you got to go through all of that grief. And so that's where she is. And I hate that it did not work out for them. I hate that she is having to go through this, but like she said, she feels that God didn't put her there to leave her.
Right.
She got to go through this and it's for a greater purpose.
Right, but here's the difference between our situation, because we both went through divorce, and her situation. Our situation was localized, just
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying. Her situation was on national television.
Yeah.
So it's probably a lot to bear.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause the whole world know you got divorced now, and now, like she said, now people want to know why they got divorced, and she don't want to let nobody in. You got to let us in, Karen. Got to let us in, okay? So we can kind of help you.
She also said she feels that people don't stop thinking about who she really is. Like she really not this way, that the way TV painted her.
I believe her too. I don't think she was like. That's why I never had nothing bad, really bad to say about her. Cause I know what we were seeing on television. That wasn't her. You know what I'm saying? You can tell sometimes it was kind of choppy, and then on the editing, and it's just like, okay, something's missing. It's a sentence or some dialogue that was missing. That and you can kind of tell. That's why I said, okay, now they're trying to cut this up to make her look like a certain person.
She feels that she says she the one that got her heart broken. She is the one who committed to the relationship. She is the one who really wanted the marriage. She's not the one that just woke up one day and changed their mind and said, listen, I no longer want this romantic relationship. Yeah. She said a lot of times people think they know what they're talking about when they don't.
Like who? Like who? Who's she talking about?
I don't know.
She talking about us? Oh, we know what we talking about. Shoot. You know what you talking about? You don't? Well, I do. I got that much confidence in myself. I might be dead wrong, but it's gonna sound like it's right.
She also talked about too the trips that they plan together, because as we know, they were supposed to be hosting a trip to, I don't know if it was the Dominican Republic. I remember them advertising that. Of course, they never went on that. I think they was also supposed to be going to Dubai, but she went by herself. And I think that was on New Year's Eve. Because remember, I was saying, oh, Karen by herself. I think she was with friends and stuff. So, it's a couple times he canceled on those trips and stuff. But the host was asking her, do she think that things could work out or whatever. She said, well, she's not banking on that, but sometimes you be waiting on people to give you accountability for their actions, and that's something that she may not get, because that host was asking her, how does she feel? She kind of feel like she been bamboozled. So yeah. People don't understand. They talk about Miles' depression a lot too, but they didn't understand that she deals with anxiety, and she was dealing with depression. So she said she walked into a marriage trying to be transparent, trying to be open, and fully be herself, but she don't feel that, she didn't say Miles' name, but she don't feel that she got the same in return. So basically she was saying she don't feel that Miles was open and transparent, and she was really and truly trying to give her all in this marriage, but she doesn't feel that Miles did the same. That's it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just want to talk about the last part too. Now, I thought that Miles gave her that name Killer, but it was before Miles. One of her friends gave it to her. So, she got a cookbook coming out, and it's called like Killer or something like that. But I thought Miles gave her that name. So she said she did discuss and tell Miles her nickname. But yeah, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, going back to the anxiety part, I can kind of understand what she's dealing with, because I always have a bad case of anxiety. That's why sometimes when I'm talking, I take a pause and I get all anxious inside of my head and my body. I freeze up and I stumble over my words sometimes because I have anxiety real bad. And by me doing these videos, I'm trying to overcome that. So I can understand why Karen feels the way she feels. You know what I'm saying? For a person with anxiety and being an introvert to do national television, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got cameras in your face all the time. You marry a stranger. So it was a lot. So yeah, she dealt with a lot. And I'm not saying Miles didn't deal with nothing. He dealt with a lot too. He had depression. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I wish the best for both of them. I hope they, get things right with their life and get back on the right path and heal from this. Apparently, Miles, he has already. He living his best life. And I hope Karen can just kind of pick herself up and move forward, man.
Now, I don't know what truly happened, what I'm saying? I don't know if it was communication issues or whatever, for her to say that, she was trying to work on it, and he just woke up one day basically and said he don't want to do this no more. I don't know if, sometimes people it seems like Miles liked the limelight. Karen, she doesn't seem to be that person that likes the limelight like that. She may enjoy it now that she got it, but he seemed to be like that, like you said, that he that extrovert. He like to be out there, he the principal. He want to be here, he want to be there. And maybe he just felt like, this is not something I want to do, want to be married. Maybe I want to just be out there, live my best life, because now I got a bigger following, a bigger social media. I'm doing brand deals, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And maybe he just want to be out there in the streets, honey. Because maybe what you heard about him is true.
Well, but then again, we just hearing it from her side of the story. We would love to hear Miles' side of the story. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Miles, it's two sides of a story: her side and his side.
Yeah.
So and we'd like to hear his side.
I hope he can come on over here, Miles. You want to share your side, but I hope that he can share his side, because and I hope that people will leave Karen alone and show her some sympathy and empathy, empathize with her, because she wanted her marriage. It looks like from what she said, she really and truly wanted her marriage. So hopefully Miles can speak out, but I don't think he ever will. When he was telling people basically to mind their business and get out their business on Twitter one time, what I'm saying, everybody want to know if he's still married and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah, but that was before Karen went on this interview.
Oh yeah.
Now Karen said her side of the story. Maybe now he wants to tell his side of the story, which I think he has that right to do. If he wants to kind of clear the air, clear his name. You know what I'm saying? To set the record straight. So the only way you can set the record straight is tell your side of the story.
Yeah. So y'all drop down in the comments and let us know what you think. I'm sure you will. I know some of y'all team Miles, no matter what. But it is what it is. You have your preferences. But yeah, I think that both of them, if this is what they desired, I wish them both the best. Like the host said, Karen gonna find the man that God got for her, and she was just like, right now I'm not looking. I'm just really truly just trying to heal and focus on other things. So yeah,
That's when it happens, when you're not looking.
that's true.
When you're not looking, that's when the person in your life comes into your life. So
Child, neither one of us was looking at.
yeah.
Bam.
So by her not looking, don't be surprised that man of your dreams pop up in your life.
Yeah.
You go, "Oh, I'm not ready." And sometimes, that's probably the best time to go forward when you're not ready, because when you, like you said, when you're not looking, that's when it happens. That's what happened with me. I wasn't looking. I was like, man, I ain't never getting married. Never. I met her. I kick it with her for a minute, but still ain't getting married. She cool people. She's fun to be around. She's attractive. Okay, all right. Still ain't getting married. 2 weeks later, will you marry me? No, you joking.
So yeah, it definitely would happen like that. So, I wish them all the best. And don't forget, you guys, that we have our segment, a new segment to our show, and it's called Single and Available.
Karen, there you go, Karen. Come on, man. You can come over here. You can find you a good man.
That word Karen, that just got such a bad rap.
It does, man. Well,
I
I hate that your name is Karen, but hey,
it's call you killer. But so we have a singles mixer, it's a singles virtual mixer. Right now we're scheduled to air the first one, which is going to be on August the 1st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We already got our candidates and everything. So yeah, you guys, it's going to be fun. I can tell you now. Now I can't tell you what it all going to look like just yet, but I know that we're going to have a good time. And so we can't wait.
It's a work in progress now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so.
All right, you guys, don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
Always put God first.
Deuces.
Hey!